All right, share my screen. So we'll just start out by, I just had a couple of announcements, which are all on the calendar, but the 1 hour live sneak peek into coaching is on Monday, February 22nd. So it's next Monday. I don't even know what day of the month it is. And all that this is, so some of you may have attended Dara, my upline coach, did one last month. And pretty much there'll be posts every like 5 to 10 minutes. I thought it was there were a little too many posts last time. It just got a little crazy. So I'm trying to like pare that back some, but it's hard because I also still want to give them enough information. So anyway, all it will be is I will be doing a post, every 10 minutes or so. Some of them will be things like my story and stories from other diamond coaches on the team, because I think it's nice to let people actually see and hear from real coaches instead of just like a YouTube video, that's a little more impersonal and from the top coach in the company. And then there'll be things like, is this a pyramid scheme? I'm going to have, I'll be sharing my income. I'll be sharing Dara's income. So I'll have some income posts in there as well, because I know everyone's pretty interested in that. And also just setting the expectation that you're not going to make like $1 million right away, I think is super important. So I'm going to be trying to set that expectation as well. But just giving them general information. So the one thing, it is an event. So the nice thing about that is that you can, within the event, invite people directly. So it makes it a lot easier to send more invites. So I usually message some people and just say, hey, I know we've talked about Beachbody before. We're having a 1 hour sneak peek into coaching. I'm going to send you an invite to the event or something like that. But it makes it really fast to invite people instead of just sending them the link and them having to go in. So that's kind of why I made it an event instead of a group where we had to individually add them. And then the new coach training. So that normally starts on the first Monday of the month. Since this is a leap year, Monday is February 29th. And I didn't want to wait a whole nother week to start the new coach training. So we'll do the 1 hour live sneak peek into coaching on the 22nd. And then we have that full week to be following up with those people, talking to those people, getting them to sign up. And then we can put them directly into the new coach training. And this is the one that I just did this month. It's just a 14-day training. And I think it worked really well. The coaches who were in it really enjoyed it. It was more action-oriented than just information-oriented. So for those of you onboarding new coaches, make sure to point them to the Team TNT website that has there's training on there that they can kind of walk through day 1, day 2, day 3. There's 14 different lessons. And so that's kind of more of training and information, whereas this new coach training is actually telling your new coaches what actions to take. So they're kind of coming out posts, making their list of 100 people, all of those things. So it's very action oriented. And then it's not on here, but following that 14-day training, I'll do another Push to Emerald group. The Push to Emerald group right now that followed the new coach training, it's ongoing this week. We have at least 3 people in that group, maybe 3 out of 5 who will be going Emerald tomorrow. So all those people were the new coach training for 2 weeks and then a week of Emerald. And that means really in their first month in the business, they've made it to Emerald. So that training has been helpful to those coaches. So feel free to add any of your coaches to those trainings. As soon as I get them set up, I'll post that on the team page. So tonight, I know a lot of you, again, we were just talking about, all these people are rank advancing to Emerald this week. And we had people rank advance to Ruby and to Diamond in the last few weeks. And what does that really mean besides me being oh my gosh, you want to be an Emerald coach. It's good for your business. And how does that play into the leadership ladder? I think in the beginning, we're really focusing on the ranks, and the leadership ladder incorporates ranks and volume and really all the things that are going to give you a stable business and a stable income. So I'm going to kind of talk about that tonight, and hopefully you find that helpful. If you have questions, please interrupt me. I know I start talking quickly, but please feel free to interrupt me, and then we can also talk more about it at the end. So the first rank is Emerald, and that is just you plus a coach on each leg. Beachbody automatically, when you sign up as a coach and then you sign up coaches underneath you, they rotate coaches from your right to your left leg, right to left, right to left. So you, or maybe left to right, it depends on which leg you're signed up. But what they do is they rotate your coaches. So you really don't need to worry too much about where your coaches, your first two coaches are being placed. That will automatically happen for you. If you have customers who say, I want the discount, sign me up, and they're just going to sign up as discount coaches, sign them up on the right and left leg. Beachbody will automatically do it for you. Now, if you are, we talk about it more in our Emerald training, but if you are signing up a spouse, which I totally suggest, I have David signed up. He is at the top of one of my legs, which has a ton of volume underneath it. And so far, I've only taken advantage of some of it, but the more that I build him, the more I can take advantage of all that volume underneath him. I mean, there are literally thousands and tens of thousands of dollars underneath him that I haven't taken advantage of because I haven't built his other leg. But just by putting my husband on one of my legs and then building my team underneath, that volume's grown. So if you are planning to sign your husband up, or I know some people sign their moms, their sisters, significant other, whoever it is that you kind of are going to build that business and also help you get to Emerald, talk to your upline coach first, because there are reasons to place them on your weak leg. There are sometimes reasons to place them on your strong leg. So that's something, and right and left depends on your upline coach and where they placed you. So if you're just signing up discount coaches, let Beachbody do it automatically for you. If you're going to sign up a husband or spouse where you eventually want to work that business, then talk to your upline coach. And why do you want to become Emerald? So when you become Emerald, you start getting these team cycle bonuses. So I kind of mentioned David has all this bonus potential underneath him. So he has a strong leg and a weak leg. And his strong leg, I am helping to build because I'm adding my coaches underneath him. Now, his weak leg, I have not started to build because that means that I am giving, 6 customers to him, coaches to him, Success Club points to him. But when I do start building it, the volume on my weak leg will balance out with the volume on my strong leg, and I can start getting cycle bonuses. And really, that's like when the magic of this business happens, is when you start cycle bonusing several times, within a week. So as an Emerald coach, you get $14 a cycle. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but that volume grows quickly. And when I say quickly too, again, I want to set the expectation right for you guys. My first year, I was not making a ton in teams. Well, probably my first 9 months, wasn't making a ton in team cycle bonuses. It takes time. You guys know it takes time to sign up coaches. It takes time to help train those coaches and help them grow their teams. So again, you're not going to be making hundreds and hundreds of dollars every week in team cycle bonuses right away. But after your first probably year, that's the majority of my income at that point is team cycle bonuses. So the other big thing, and I think the biggest thing as an Emerald coach, is you get free leads from Beachbody. So you have to be an Emerald coach, but you also have to hit Success Club. And that's when you'll get your Success Club leads. And those are customers who have purchased from Beachbody without a coach. And so they assign them to you. You do not get the commission from that first purchase, but every purchase after you do. So I have people I have one person who buys 2 bags of Shakeology every month, and they have for the last year. And I've been getting commission from them, and it's just free money. So those free leads are probably the biggest benefit to becoming an Emerald coach. Again, because as an Emerald coach, your bonuses aren't going to be that huge because you just don't have that huge of a team beneath you. But the free leads are great. And why not get free customers? So then the next is Ruby. And a lot of times you'll hear people just kind of skip over Ruby. They'll just go straight from Emerald to Diamond. And that's because as a Ruby coach, you need 2 Emerald coaches. So you need one on your right leg and one on your left leg. And to become a Diamond coach, that seems to be kind of the sticking point and the hardest part. Signing up people for the discount, doesn't seem to be difficult, right? So those are just your normal coaches. But finding those people who are going to build the business and sign up other coaches for the discount, that's more difficult. So that's why sometimes you don't see Ruby coaches as much, because it takes them longer to build those Emeralds. And so they have all the qualifications already for Diamond. But the big difference between Emerald and Ruby is that your team cycle bonuses now go up to $16 a cycle. When you hit Ruby, you do start getting more of those bonuses, again, because you have 2 Emerald coaches beneath you who are building businesses, who are generating more volume. And then Diamond. So the only difference between Diamond and Ruby is that you have 2 more discount coaches on your left and 2 more discount coaches on your right. And they don't have to be discount, but just coaches that are not Emerald. So as a Diamond coach, again, you need 1 Emerald on each leg, and then you need 3 coaches who are not Emerald on each leg. Also, all of these coaches for all of these ranks have to be active. So if you go in your coach online office, you can see if your coaches are active, inactive, or if it's inactive in red, that means they're going to go inactive that next week. And to stay an active coach, they need 50 PV, 50 personal volume. So if they drink Shakeology, that's 90 PV. So if you have discount coaches drinking Shakeology every month, they will never go inactive. They will always be active. Drinking every other month, then they're going to go inactive every other month. So it's just something that you need to know to plan your business. Because if one of these coaches on your right leg were to go inactive, you're going to drop back down to Ruby. So you're not going to get the largest team cycle bonus of 18 a cycle. And in order, I think Raven asked this question today, what does a lifetime diamond mean? To be a lifetime diamond, you have to hold your diamond rank for 6 weeks. And so you don't want to be kind of going in and out between Ruby and Diamond. So you just want to make sure that you are watching your active and inactive coaches. They do not personally have to be purchasing Shakeology. So if you have a coach who sells a challenge pack to a customer, that's also generating volume for them. So for my husband, to keep him active, because I don't want to pay for both of us to drink Shakeology, I make sure that I place 1 customer underneath him a month. And now at this point, every month I was having someone purchase a challenge pack through him. And sometimes I don't want to give up those Success Club points. I want those under me. But now those customers have continued to drink Shakeology, so they just order their normal Shakeology every month, and I don't really have to do that anymore. I just have people who are buying Shakeology underneath him. That's getting him his volume. So if you have coaches who are saying, I'm going to skip Shakeology this month, and they're not actively working the business, then having someone maybe purchase through them could be a good way to do it. And I say if they're not actively working the business, because you are required to have 90 PV on home direct to qualify for Success Club. So if you're working the business, you should be hitting Success Club every single month. And so getting that, you should be drinking your Shakeology on home direct every month. But for coaches like my husband, he's not actually working the business, I'm not worried about him hitting Success Club. I felt comfortable with just having customers underneath him fulfill those requirements. So that is what a diamond coach is. And really the big thing with diamond is that, Emerald, finding those 2 discount coaches is not that difficult, right? You're sharing your journey. People try Shakeology, they love it, and they sign up for the discount. Diamond, it really does represent you growing a business underneath you. And when, you come out on social media, or like I announce, or your upline coach is announcing, like you as a diamond coach, even though people don't know what that means, who are not in the Beachbody world, they know it's a pretty big deal. And those messages, talk about you building this thriving business and, mentoring your team of coaches. And so that is kind of a mind shift for your potential customers. And I think that is the biggest benefit of getting to Diamond. When you get to Diamond, your income is not going to magically increase. Your team cycle bonus is going up a little. I think in Beachbody, most people say you're going to see a big difference in your income when you hit 2-star Diamond. So when you are a Diamond coach, and instead of these 2 emeralds beneath you, you have 2 diamonds beneath you, because that really means your team is expanding and your volume's expanding and your team cycle bonuses are getting larger. So again, I really want to set the correct expectations for you guys. Getting to Diamond does not mean you're going to start making a ton of money, but it does mean that people view your business differently and respect what you're doing. And it's going to make it easier to find those customers and to find new coaches to join your team. So I mentioned 2-star Diamond, and oh my goodness, star Diamond rank. Sorry, I'm looking at typos. When you get one diamond beneath you, you're then a star Diamond, and so it goes up from there. The big thing with this is once you hit 2-star Diamond, which is 1 diamond on each leg, that is when you start receiving quarterly bonuses. And the quarterly bonuses start at $1,000 a quarter. And then as you hit 5-star, they go up. 10-star, they go up. 15-star, superstar, they go up. Last year's superstar bonus was $35,000 in the last quarter. So, they go up quite substantially, and that's a big chunk of money that these superstar Diamond and 5-10-star Diamond coaches are making. Not something you necessarily have to worry about right now, but when you get to Diamond, just like when you're trying to get to Diamond and you're trying to balance 1 emerald on each leg, when you get to Diamond, you want to start looking at where your diamonds are balanced, because you do have to have a certain number of diamonds on each leg. Okay, so the leadership ladder. So when you guys sign into your coach online office, you can, you see your 90 PV, you see your Success Club qualifications. In that same middle box, you can click a tab that says Leadership Ladder, and it will tell you where you were on the leadership ladder last month, where you are comparatively this month, and where you need to go to hit the next rung on the leadership ladder. So, why does the leadership ladder matter? And to me, the leadership ladder, that is what I'm basing all of my goals on now, because as I get to each next rung in the leadership ladder, that means my income is increasing. So business starter is the first rung. You're a coach. This is your monthly income. Hitting Success Club 5, and that's it. So as a business starter, you're a coach, you made $100 that month, and you hit Success Club 5. You're a business starter. Team builder is the next step. You have to be an emerald coach, making $250, hitting Success Club 5. And these next 2 are really where the big difference is going to come. You're 2 personally sponsored coaches who each have at least 1 Success Club point. And the reason that matters is because that means you actually have 2 coaches working the business with you. They are actively working the business. And this is your minimum 200 team volume under weak leg. And again, why does your weak leg matter? Because your strong leg, you hopefully have an upline coach helping you to build slowly. So that volume is going to be there for you. You're completely responsible for your weak leg volume. And as you grow that weak leg volume, you're going to start get more cycle bonuses. So that's what's important about your weak leg. It really plays back into your monthly income, which also connects to this 2 personally sponsored coaches with Success Club points. So again, it all really connects. And team leader, that's a diamond coach making $1,000 a month, Success Club 5, 4 personally sponsored coaches with at least 1 Success Club point, and a minimum of 5,000 TV on their weak leg. So this, when you get to team leader, I feel like is where you're going to start making more money. And again, because so right now, so I'm a team leader. I'm not an organization leader. I think right now there are about, gosh, I don't know. There are not many organization leaders in the company. You could actually go into your Coach Online office and you can see everyone who's an organization leader and everyone who's an executive leader, team leader. You can like see all the coaches' names. But I'm always shocked by how few organization leaders there are. And it's not the 2-star diamond, because there's a lot of 2-star diamonds, not the $2,500 a month, not Success Club. And sometimes it's not even the 6 personally sponsored coaches. It's this 2 personally sponsored team leaders. I know with Dara, that's where it's the hardest for her, because what that means as an organization leader, you're creating an organization full of other leaders who are then creating organizations of leaders beneath them. So, I think that's really the important thing in this business is that if you cannot succeed if you do not help grow other leaders. Right. And that starts too with supporting your challengers, because by supporting your challengers, you're then getting coaches who believe in the product, and you are then getting coaches who are ready to lead other teams. So again, leadership ladder is just important to look at. Really, you need personally sponsored coaches working the business, getting Success Club, and then working on your weak leg. So this whole picture here is where your income's going to increase, not just these ranks up here. They're not going to do it. You can build a diamond business yourself by signing up everyone you know, but you're not going to be making the income until you are a leader and can help lead a team of people to do the same thing. And really, this is an interesting fact that they talked to us about at the New Leader Conference. So when diamond coaches hit the team leader rank, because if you look at this, you can be a diamond coach and still a team builder, right? Just because you're a diamond does not mean you're a team leader, because you need to be hitting these other things. But for diamond coaches that were team leaders, only 1% of them dropped rank, meaning they went from diamond back to emerald. If they were not team leaders and they were just a team builder, 35% of them dropped rank. And, I think the dropping rank is difficult mentally because we feel like our business is moving backwards. And a lot of people have issues recovering from that. So mentally that's very difficult. You feel like your team is falling apart. Let me tell you, it happens to everyone. And even, 10-star, 15-star diamonds, they have their diamonds quit underneath them. So, while it's an interesting fact, like you don't want to drop rank. You don't want your business to move backward. But at the same time, if something did happen or was to happen, the important thing is to recover from that mentally. And I think team leaders are in the mindset of, this is a business that is going to work for me. There's no choice, right? And I think that's what I say. Like, I have no choice but to make this business work for me. I'm not like, oh, well, if this doesn't work, like I'll quit in 3 months. Like it's just not an option. And so for me, as a team leader, I will never, in my mind, like I will never drop team leader and I will never drop diamond. And even more interestingly is this advancing in rank. So this is over a year, from February 2015 to the end of the year. 53% of team leaders that were diamonds advanced their business. So they moved from diamond to 1-star, 2-star, and up. Only 19% of non-team leader diamonds did this. And again, I think it's a mindset. I think it's people thinking that once you get to diamond, you're going to make all of this money and just magically, because you made it to diamond, and then when they don't, they quit. And so really looking at this leadership ladder and saying, okay, what do I need to do next to get to team leader? who are my business builders on my team who I'm going to work with to hit Success Club? How am I going to increase my weak leg volume? Because it all plays together and it's all going to help your business and help your coaches. So really that's the importance of team leader. And that's pretty much, what I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight. What questions do you guys have about team leader, just in general, about, the ranks? Any kind of questions from you guys? It seems confusing. No. Sorry, it's a lot of information, and I know the cycle bonuses get confusing. I recognize that. But that could be a whole nother call.
A couple of questions I had was about you were saying, like with David, you sign people up under him. Is that actually you getting them to use his coach ID?
Yes.
Okay.
So when I do that, I just tell my customers, you may see David Fishman as your coach. That's correct. He's my husband, and I run his account as my second business center. And so I just call it a second business center, and people will say, okay. And I've never had anyone be like, oh, I don't like that, or, think it was weird. So.
And then you mentioned your upline helping you build your strong leg. Like, what does that mean and how does that work?
Yeah. So as I sign up coaches, I have my right and left leg. I put my coaches on one of those legs. So say, we'll just do you, for example. So you're Lauren, you're underneath Lauren, and you are on Lauren's right leg. So as Lauren signs up coaches on her right leg, they will go underneath you. So their volume will roll up to you. The important thing is, and I think the confusing thing is, when people go in the Coach Online office and look at their genealogy, you will see coaches that are either personally sponsored or not personally sponsored. So if you don't know those coaches that are showing up beneath you, you didn't sign them up, they do not count towards your rank advancement.
Okay.
So you could have
just like the team volume.
Exactly, just the volumes. You could have, if she starts signing up, so it's just for volume, which is why that's your strong leg, because you're going to be getting more volume based on coaches she signs up.
Okay.
Yep. That was a good question. Any other questions about that? Any other questions in general about anything coming up or anything you guys have kind of dealt with this week? Nope. Awesome.
I want to sign my husband up and do but I emailed him today. I sent him the videos from yesterday from the Emerald group, and then I asked him about buying 2 Fixate books. And we make enough money that I can buy 2 $15 books.
Right.
But we're trying to pay off my student loans. Yep. I think he thinks that this is just like a
big scam
that I'm on right now, and doesn't think it's going to do anything. So I emailed him and tried to give him, hey, this is what we could do. It costs us $140 to begin with, but we get enough, and I could give away the Shakeology and all that kind of stuff. I said, read it when you have an opportunity and email me back. Mm-hmm. He didn't email me back. He didn't talk about it, and I said more about it since I've been home.
Well, you're definitely not alone. I mean, that is like most husbands, I think. Yeah.
I'm hoping that I'll just have 2 other people sign up as coach, and then I'll make enough money that I can just be like, look, I'm going to spend this money right here that I can sign you up to. Yep. Does it matter if he's my first one? Is just put him somewhere. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it doesn't matter if he's your very first one. You just want to sign them up early in your business, because then you're getting kind of that, as you build that leg, you're also building his leg. So, but yeah.
I've got a friend at work doing paleo, and he's like, I've told him, I said, realistically, other than the bread, it's not a whole awful lot different. I mean, it's still real food.
Exactly.
And of course, he comes home telling me all this stuff. And
oh yeah. Oh, I had a paleo person freak out on me in my first month of doing Beachbody. It's the only time anyone's kind of attacked me. It was someone paleo craziness. So I get it. But yeah, no, do not I mean, my husband, it took him a while. Now he's like totally on board, but it's fine, right? Like you said, sign up a few coaches, prove to them that you're bringing in money, and then, sign them up after that.
Yeah, you're not alone. Not at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, Melanie Mitro's husband, he talks about it all the time. She had to go behind his back to even sign up as a coach because he thought it was such a scam. And now she's top in the company.
Well, I told him the only reason why I wanted to do it was save money, but that was absolutely, I said, I need to save money. And because this is the only way I'm going to stick to it. But I had all these other things in the back of my head.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, my house is shaking from this wind. Sorry. Yeah, no, don't worry about it. Just you'll slowly work away at it. And now, my husband's a complete supporter, and he's like, oh, I'll talk to any husband. I'm like, oh yeah, because the husbands who aren't believers are like, oh yeah, please let me talk to this random guy. But he's like, I'll talk to anyone. I was like, no one wants to talk to you. But yeah, maybe one night I need to get him on a call, or maybe I'll have him do a recording sometime and kind of talk about his initial perceptions and kind of when they change and how they change, and just do a recording for people to show their husbands at some point.
And I was even trying to explain to him how important it is for me to get to Emerald and the ranks and all that stuff. And he was like, yeah, because it's pyramid scheme. I'm like, no, it's not. It's not.
I know. Yes, I know.
I'm like, that's illegal, and they lie to people, and they, so.
Exactly. I know. Yeah. No, give them time. Just give them time. That's the best thing you can do. So, any other questions, concerns, anything coming up? I know I just started the challenge group. My next challenge group's started on Monday. So we're in preseason right now. I know you guys have challenge groups that have started or are coming up. I just posted, we'll see. I have a bunch of people contacting me about this pregnancy and new mom challenge group. Mm-hmm. We will see. So my plan, just in case, if you guys are always free to invite to any of my groups, is to have them buy the Beachbody On Demand challenge pack. So it's only $140. They get 3 months of Beachbody On Demand, and they get a month of Shakeology. And it's very time consuming, which is why I'm I actually need people to sign up before I say I'm going to do this, because I'm actually going through a ton of different videos on demand and making up my own schedule of pregnancy videos that are safe to do kind of throughout pregnancy. If there's 1 or 2 moves in there that, need to be modified, I'll be talking about those in the preseason of the group. So that's what that is. And the reason for on demand is because it's going to be kind of all mixed programs so that I can make sure that the workouts are safe. Shakeology, I am still requiring it. I'm happy to tell them to talk to their doctors, but right now I'm just telling them it's whole food. You're eating 100% whole food. There's no additives. I've had because I keep moving, we've had several doctors approve Shakeology for prenatal, during pregnancy, post, while breastfeeding. So if there's concern, that's kind of what I'm going to talk about. And then really it's just going to be focusing on clean eating. This isn't about we're not dieting. It's just trying to get moving for 30 minutes a day and eating healthy. So,
and so if
pregnant mom for you. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I can't see. I didn't see anybody talking. So sorry.
Okay. No, I was just saying, Holly, I have a pregnant mom that I'm going to send to you.
Oh, awesome.
That reached out to me.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
So now, once you kind of know you have it going, would that be something we could just share on our page and say, hey, all my friends out there, and then, we can add ourselves to the group so we can kind of help them, and they'd still buy under us, or do it buy under you, or how do you do?
Yeah, definitely. They would definitely, still buy under you. So Jamila, if you, sent me, whoever, I could definitely talk to her, kind of tell her what I've been doing, what the group looks like. And yes, and then they would be your customer. And yeah, you would be added to the group. But obviously, you're not pregnant. You don't have to join in on that part of the conversation, but you do eat clean, you're drinking Shakeology, you're working out every day. So it's really, the same thing. So yes, but they would be your customers.
I have a ton of friends who just had babies.
So that's perfect. In this, well, you're in it right now, Misty. My challenge group that started on Monday, there's a ton of people in there who just have babies, which is like, I don't know how that happened. Like over half the group is like, they all just have babies. So.
And I can be your what not to do, because I had a miscarriage like 6 months before I got pregnant with Macon. So I was scared to death, and I just I didn't do much anything. So that's why I was already too big, got too fat, and took forever to lose it.
That's all. Yeah. And that's the thing. And too, like I'm like, I want people to share their experiences. You know, for me, it's like my first time, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to like move and eat healthy. Right. And so like some of these moms, one of them, this is like her 6th kid. Right. So like, she's been through this quite a few times. Like she's got a bunch of kids. She knows what she's doing. So I think it'll be good. And that's kind of why I want some of the new moms in there too. So that'd be great. Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully we get enough people.
And your little bump is still like, I think, what's in my leftover bump.
Right?
Amen.
It feels so big.
Amen.
So big.
It's so cute.
I can't button up my pants anymore, so now I feel huge. And
You gotta get one of those little things to put over.
Yeah, I
It
did.
last long, but it'll last longer for you.
Yeah, I know. I put on real pants this weekend and put that on, but man, I can't. I need to get pants. I just wear like my husband's probably sick of seeing me. It's a good thing I don't have to go to work because I haven't bought any new clothes. So
I lived in yoga
especially in
pants.
California.
yeah, you lived in yoga pants. Yeah.
Oh,
Once you get those pants that go up over the belly, you never want to go back.
Right?
and like the fold over paneled yoga pants, like I just wouldn't fold over the panel. I just like
Pull them up.
go up.
Yeah.
I lived in them.
Well, good, because I don't feel so bad then, because I'm not. I know.
Oh, yeah.
My mother-in-law's coming into town next week, so I need to like be prepared to put on real clothes for her. So I gotta go put pants. she might judge me a little. So
I doubt it.
yeah,
You're growing her grandbaby. She's not going to judge you.
that's true. That's true. Yeah. She keeps asking like how the child's doing. I'm like, well, he's there. So
He's
Yeah.
swimming. It's all good.
yeah, I don't have many stories to share. So
Have you felt him move yet?
yeah, I feel him move a lot now. Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Has David felt him?
Yeah, he has. Yeah, we were like in bed and I was like, he's moving. He was like, really? And I was like, I'm not going to really breathe. Just put your hand there. I was like afraid to breathe. But yeah, he felt him like 3 or 4 times. So it was good. Yeah, but it's happened once. And now he's like, tries every day. And I'm like, no, it doesn't.
It's going to get to a point where like you can see your belly move.
So crazy. So crazy. Oh, I love having all the
Molly,
moms
did
on
you
this.
see that commercial for Doritos during the Super Bowl?
Oh, yes.
Oh, with the baby. Yeah.
You want him to move, just hold a Dorito over him. Or
So-
Shakeology. Maybe we'll move for
Yeah,
Shakeology.
right? That's so funny. Awesome. Well, sorry. Thank you guys so much for, I know I don't want to make these calls last forever and we don't need to talk about my.
Holly, can I ask you a quick question that everyone else may not care about? But when you traveled, did you take the packets of Shakeology or did you put them in like Ziploc bags?
I've done both. Both. And I've never, like on an airline, I've never gotten stopped or anything for them being like, what's this weird powder substance? Like, yeah. So,
And do you drink it with water or do you use almond milk?
when I travel,
Yeah.
I do water and I don't like it. I mean,
I don't either. I tried it today to see if I could prepare and I was like, son of a gun, I don't like it at all.
yeah, I really don't like it very much. So this sounds crazy, but when I was traveling a lot for work, I bought like a small blender, like a travel size blender. I know that sounds insane. And I like packed it in my bag. And then I would pack powdered PB2 and put PB2, water, and my child's Shakeology, and then ice from like the hotel. And I could do that. I really need it blended, not like shaken. That's my like big thing. Because water, actually I'm fine with water. I just have to have it blended, and the little peanut butter taste helped too.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about the same thing because I'm going to New York in a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
And I have one of those little bullets. Can you take that on a carry-on? It's got a blade on it. I'm figuring they might not like that.
Oh,
yeah,
they might not.
I think I always checked mine.
my husband's trying to be cheap, says we don't need checked luggage. I'm
Yeah.
going to New York and Boston for a week. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
No, you're not going to be able to carry that.
Yeah.
I was
Um,
trying to
on
think
your
of how much
carry-on.
weight almond milk would
I think
take.
I'm just going to say, look, my suitcase, when I hold everything, we're going to have to check baggage, and then I can shove my bullet in there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I checked mine.
Mhm.
But I've also just shaken it. When I went to New York to visit my friend, I just shook it, and it was.
Maybe I could just make friends with, like, the bartender and get in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
you can
they're
make
all,
up a coach.
yeah. Starbucks in hotels, I've had them blend mine. Like if they're like in the hotel, yeah, they're not supposed to like be like blending other drinks like in there, but in the hotel they're like so much more laid back than like, you know, the stores that are like super busy, and they've done it for me every time. So, but it's always been like in a hotel. Yeah, I've just asked them to blend it.
That's great.
So, yeah.
I feel like no one will say no to Holly, so you know.
Of course. Why would they? No, I've gotten weird looks, definitely, especially when it's in like a baggie, like a Ziploc bag, and then I was like, I'm really asking to do weird things. So, yeah, but yeah. Any other random questions? That was kind of good. Oh, awesome. Well, thank you guys so much, and I'll post this recording if you have any like new coaches who are just kind of interested in what are the ranks and, you know, what do they mean in terms of income, because really they don't mean a ton. I mean, you know, hitting diamond is going to help you recruit coaches and get new customers, which is going to help your income, but it's not like, oh, now I'm making $1,000 a week or something like that, which I think sometimes people think it is. So anyway, thank you guys, and have a good